Let me make sure I saved less than 5. Save. And now, file, save as. Less than 6. The multiple grid lines that we see here are likely due to structural augmentation that's been being proposed in this building. In other words, let's change this to wireframe so we can see through the drawing. Existing conditions may have had some timbers holding things up. And what I've done is genericized that cluster of structural elements to the intersection of two grid lines. It's important to understand when you're prototyping things, part of your job is to interpret existing conditions, anticipate what new construction is going to be, and the architects, I'm certain, intended not for this to be an array, a visible array of structural enhancements to the building. This will probably be enclosed in some way, in some kind of fire-proof construction. I'm guessing, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, so theoretically, I could have omitted all these extra grid lines. They're necessary for construction because the structural engineer probably specified where this additional steel goes. But the overall pattern is a grid line in that direction, a horizontal grid line in that direction, another one in the center here which we haven't yet modeled. Let's go ahead and those appear to be some kind of timber, so architecture. Use the architectural column because you 2 by 2. Let's see what a 2 by 2 rectangle looks like. That's way too big, right? (18 by 18). Let's duplicate. Looks like a 8 by 8 or something. Duplicate 8 by 8 inch. I should probably use an inch label there. Okay, that looks about right. I'm just placing. Oh, let's. Okay, it inherited the top constraint I used last time, so we're good with that. It's a little annoying that the column tool doesn't display. It's a little disconcerting that it doesn't display the column as you mouse over the where you've drawn them. If you want to see what we're doing, I could draw them here, but I'm not that much of a cowboy where I trust myself to but there are the grid lines that were. It's a big space. So we have an array of columns at what we're calling E5. We need a grid line here, that E7. So E3, E5, let's draw a grid line E7. Architecture, grid. E7 is the center of that group. Let's click on both ends of this so display the let's just rename that. Seven. So what I'm proposing is that we're generalizing this, or abstracting, what's the word I want to use, distilling this building to a set of massive, thick, 2-foot thick exterior walls and an array of columns at these intervals. Let's measure that so that we see exactly what we're dealing with. Annotate, align dimension. So the exterior face of wall there to E7, to E5, to E3, to exterior face. I want to snap this out, center line, move the mouse over and tab. There we go. We should have a grid line for that exterior face, but we'll ignore that for now. So roughly, we're looking at 30 foot spans between columns. It's important to understand the grid array. Incidentally, what I mentioned before could be pilasters, might be generalized. You can take these rectangles and also, sort of place them at points at the perimeters. I just copied and pasted those. So it's a quick and dirty way to articulate. Right? It probably wouldn't push out to the inside of the building. But it's a quick way to articulate what probably will happen at the facade when there's structural stuff inside. You can refine this afterwards. And clearly, the drawings that are memorializing the existing conditions here. What did I do there? I guess I put columns. Let's put one there. So we're starting to see the shape of the building. There's probably an array tool that could do this more quickly, but it's curiously satisfying to put columns on grid lines. Suppose if you're an architect, that's true. I'm not doing a very careful job of it, but so that form of the building is starting to shape up. Okay, that's a 10-minute lesson 6.